What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock and what you should be looking out for the future of this company. I'm also going to break down what the technical analysis aspect is showing for NIO and what you should be looking out for tomorrow, which is Monday, and the upcoming trading week. Now, before I get started though and talk about what you got to be looking out for the Fed and NIO, I do have to mention some important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, but benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the WeBull link down below in the description. If you sign up for WeBull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or $100, it's up to you. You are guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. Once again, that's free money, and you can always sell these 5 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some NIO shares for free. This is a limited time offer that ends in 2 weeks, so please check it out to get your free NIO shares. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at NIO, one of the most prominent things that is kind of like playing out with the way this thing is moving is we have been on this downward trend. We do have a gap up here. But I want to talk about what's going on in the context of the markets. So one of the things that's happening is the fact that we have the FOMC meeting coming out on May 3rd through the 4th, and the 4th is when they release their minutes, and they do end up talking about the monetary changes that they are going to be using when it comes to the way the market is going to function. But they also have a blackout period, the FOMC blackout period, and during this period, they essentially stay very, very quiet. It states right here that the Federal Reserve staff, including those at the Chicago Fed, generally do not speak publicly between a week prior to the Saturday preceding a FOMC meeting and the Thursday following that meeting. So these are the dates. Right here we have April 23rd through the May 5th. Well, the FOMC meeting's on May 4th. So if we go back, one of the things that we'll notice is the fact that there was an FOMC meeting. I believe the last one we had was in March. Let me double check that. Yeah, so it was around March 16th was the last time we had the minutes removed. And you guys could see the market likes certainty. NIO was all the way down, 13 bucks a share. It was on that downward trend leading up to the meeting. So what ended up happening was, as this thing was dropping, the meeting came, the Fed ends up raising rates by 25 basis points or 25%. I'm sorry, 0.25%. Sorry about that. And after that, the market rallied. So the market likes certainty. That's one thing I know about this market. And I think the next rate hike is essentially priced in right now or getting very close to that. So one of the key things to be looking out for the week is we have this gap down here. I'm not saying we have to go all the way as low as like $14 a share. We have one gap at 15.75. That is $1 and like 50 cents lower than where we are right now, $1.50. So yeah, it's possible that we fill this gap before the FOMC meeting. So what could end up playing out is this thing has probably a pretty good Monday. I would anticipate that Monday, Tuesday, those days are kind of good. Either we're about to see a bit of a run up like this, then we drop and fill this gap. And who knows, maybe we could get pushed lower. But then after the FOMC meeting, I expect the market to actually start to run up, get a nice move to the upside, and NIO should start to fill the gaps to the upside. So it may be a V-like movement. I don't truly know. Okay, so I'm going to go over the main possibilities first. Then I'm going to give you guys my prediction, because predictions are not always going to be accurate. But like I said before, I like to do it for the viewers. I know a lot of you guys request them, so it's just for fun. Don't trade based off them. This is one possibility. This is not my prediction. This is just a possibility. We get a nice push on Monday, like this. Then we start to descend and trade a little bit sideways. Then the later days of the week come, and we start dropping, and we get a big rug pull. We get pushed pretty low by the day of the meeting. Then after that, we get a nice bounce off that range. We could even form an inverse head and shoulders. And after that, I expect this thing to continue to move to the upside and push and push and push, just like this. And continue back kind of like that. That's one possibility, right? Another one is what could happen is we drop immediately. And on Monday, we have a red day down to 16. Then we bounce, trade sideways. For the whole week, we just see sideways action. We just start to drop and drop and drop. That's also a real possibility, but I would expect something very similar after the FOMC meeting. We get a nice push to the upside after, kind of like this. Maybe it'll be slower than last time, but it should be pretty good. It may take a few weeks, but we are probably going to see some green after that and then start pushing and pushing and pushing to the upside going forward. So those are essentially the two main things I think are going to play out. I don't see us going as low as $14 to fill that gap. We're probably going to fill it down here. So, what do I think is the most likely possibility? This is where my prediction comes. Honestly, guys, I think that this one is a little bit more likely because we are kind of oversold on the RSI right now. So, if you bring up some technical indicators, right here, MACD, RSI, and the volume, for instance, what you'll notice is the fact that we get those spikes in volume one day, then the next day they start dropping. The volume is looking pretty weak right now, so it is possible for us to start, I don't know, trading sideways, but then we're on low volume, yet we are holding up in the green at the time I'm recording this. So that just goes to show that this thing has potential. RSI is very oversold. MACD is just essentially sideways. So I am looking for that nice bounce. So that is what I'm essentially seeing. So I think we're going to get a nice bounce, perhaps in the first few days, because of this silent period from the Fed, the blackout period. And what could happen is it gets a nice bounce, stays green for like a day or two. Then we start to descend as we get closer to that meeting. We might get pulled back pretty hard. It's possible, not a guarantee. And that may lead us to filling this gap. And then after that, I think after they announce the 50 basis point rate hike, the market likes certainty and the market should run after that. So that is what I'm essentially seeing right now. I think this one right here is the more likely possibility. Am I guaranteeing it? No. Are we guaranteed to even fill this gap? We may not even drop that low, but I just want to prepare you guys for that. But this yellow line that I drew out is what I think is most likely going to happen. So I do expect a pretty good start to the week, but later on I do see it's slowly starting to drop. But going into next week, I wouldn't be surprised, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting that rug pull followed by a nice bounce after. So, anyways, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. Please have a fantastic rest of the day and don't necessarily lose faith in this company because in the long term, I'm still extremely bullish. I know they're going to make a nice comeback. They are going to break all time highs again. It is not the end, so stay strong. Anyways, thank you for listening. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. NIO to the moon, and peace out.